What's going on, guys? Welcome to Crypto Reality. We have some really interesting information, and we want to wish you guys good luck during this upcoming Earth-facing sunspot that basically 45 degrees ago on the sun's rotation shot off an X-16 flare, which basically, if it was pointed at us, would have ended civilization. That's right. We're now entertaining a group of sunspots that are coming to the Earth-facing side, and we're tiny in this giant sun, and they are popping off enormous solar flares. We're in solar max. It's bound to happen sooner or later. How does this affect what we know about the creatures, right? Well, if there's a solar flare, it's highly likely that the light frequencies hitting Earth will change, right? Whether they intensify for a while to the point where no humans can stand it, fires are starting and all this, we don't know. What we do understand is that it will change. And if the solar interaction with Earth is what has been hiding the creatures from mankind, from humans, right, for all these eons, then what happens when the sun changes its frequency and is no longer hiding the creatures? Right? So we get something in prophecy, in religious context, called 3 days of darkness, where you're not supposed to answer your door because these big things are going to be pounding on it and crazy demons are running around. Yeah, these are the things that they talk about. That's what we uncovered. The creatures they're talking about. The Nephilim creatures that occupy the forest inside the veil that you can't see through because you have 3 cones and antagonistic vision. The sun is hiding these creatures. We've been showing you this and explaining that for about 7 years now of our 10 to 11 year study. It took us a couple years to catch on to what was going on because the whole shadows not actually being the absence of light was throwing me off for a minute there. But realities are that the sun is about to do something, and we're in that phase. So whether it's this week or the following week or this month or the following month, history shows that we are headed for a rendezvous that we've had before. Native Americans talked about it. Indigenous tribes all over this continent talked about it. It's one of the reasons they call the continent a great turtle, because it moves. When it starts doing that is right around this time. We have this planetary crossing, Earth-facing solar flares. All the planets, for the first time in thousands of years, are going to be aligned with the sun and the Earth. What happens when cosmic planetary forces are affecting us? Not just the moon. What happens to the sun when all that extra planetary cosmic energy? Is the solar flare going to cook us? Who knows? It's definitely going to change the frequencies that have been hiding these creatures. So prepare yourselves, because you're about to see when this solar flare does eventually happen. The frequencies of the sun will change. We enter a period that even psychics like Edgar Cayce himself have predicted, the 3 days of darkness. And the Pope goes on TV talking about don't answer the door, don't go outside, stay in your house, be quiet, be very quiet. It's the time period when the sun doesn't shine, no matter what. How long does it last? Ask the historians that have been covering it up. They're saying 3 days. Not sure if that's true. What I do know is that stuff that they're talking about that's going to be pounding on your door and running around, and all this storms are going to be happening and it's going to be total chaos. They're talking about what we discovered. So the Titans are real. The giant Nephilim creatures are real. You can see them here. We actually uncovered all this and have been sharing this solar stuff and how it relates to the creatures and the likelihood that this ancient species will show itself when it can no longer hide. And that's during the 3 days of darkness, when it's predicted that they will actually show themselves because they cannot hide anymore, right? They're like, what's the point? There's no more diffusion to hide in. The forest veil is not turned on if the sun's not blasting it to create it. The achromatons will stand up and walk out when that happens. In addition to that, Florida's aquifer is now tainted with salt water. any water sources that creatures of all kinds, big and small, we're drinking out of, is slowly being tainted with salt water. They'll be looking for water. So when the water is tainted, like I've said this before, I wouldn't want a swimming pool in my backyard, chlorinated or not. You know what I mean? Realities are that we're headed for solar max. This is the first time that our civilization will be experiencing stuff that has happened to people in the past. We tried to tell you this. We tried to tell you about the creatures and the likelihood that these things were going to happen. And now, the crossing is here. It's my opinion the planetary crossing will trigger the solar flare. If that does happen, understand that what is causing chaos in these things that you see, this is what we've been trying to tell you is in there. We know and have known for some time that this was coming, and we've been sharing this with people on Crypto Reality, and people are literally calling me crazy when the planets are all coming together, solar flares are hitting everywhere, and just the other day an X-16 went off, 45 degrees from ending civilization. And now the sun's turning. Those spots are going to be Earth facing over the next week. We're in danger for at least 7 days. Otherwise, because we could get a glancing blow from what happens on the sun. If it's not facing us and it's facing away and it goes out into space, we're still going to get a glancing blow. We got a glancing blow off the 45 degree one, the one that was completely sideways, shooting out sideways. We got stuff off of that. Cell reception was no good in certain places, and it's been having problems all over wherever this thing hits. So whatever happens, guys, protect your own, and hopefully we'll see you after this. You know what I mean? If you want to get a look at the creatures, start watching our videos, man. There's like an obsession that people have with listening to stories that will lead you to no more information. It's a big question mark. We have the answers. Crypto Reality Patreon, Crypto Reality YouTube. I turned off the lives because what's the point of me explaining all this when no one's listening? You can see the creatures that you're about to see during the solar max thing right here. Go ahead and scroll through. Familiarize yourself with those bone structures. They're enormous, right? You will see those again soon. Like I said, we'll see you on the other side, hopefully, and hopefully everybody in our civilization will be much more willing to investigate truth with critical thought as opposed to support stuff that basically gets you nowhere, creating false images for people that you idolize. And I don't participate in that kind of stuff, and we try to get data to help, and that's what we've done here. It's unfortunate that your own community held you back from the truth, but good luck during this, and God bless you through this time. I hope you make it.